Avalanche Litecoin Early comparisons are being used to sell APEMARS, but history does not verify future returns. The pressure point is the presale markets itself with extreme upside claims, while the actual proof will come only after listing and liquidity. The hard number to start with is this. The topic states stage 17 pricing at 0.000254438, a projected listing price of 0.0055, and 23.28 billion tokens sold. So the useful read is not historical comparisons. It is presale proof. The anchor number is 23.28 be sold, while 63% APY shows the scale already visible. That keeps the opening question tight. Can APEMARS move past listing liquidity without the story outrunning its evidence? A viewer who only sees historical comparisons misses why 0.000254438 and 2-month lock define the risk range. The important context is APEMARS also describes a 63% APY staking system, a 2-month lock after launch, and a burn model. That baseline keeps the story grounded. It shows why the headline is connected to a real operating or market condition instead of a loose narrative. The number to keep in view is 23.28 be sold. The context also explains why historical comparisons would be too narrow. The story sits inside a larger structure, and that structure is what makes presale proof worth tracking. That baseline also explains why 2-month lock belongs in the setup rather than the conclusion. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Here is the working mechanism. Presale math can look powerful because early pricing is compared with a projected listing price, not a live market result. In plain English, the setup becomes stronger only when the process behind it holds up. The detail to test is listing liquidity, because that is where the claim meets observable evidence. If the mechanism breaks, the headline loses force quickly. If it holds, the event can start to affect decisions beyond the first reaction. The mechanism ties 23.28 be sold to 0.000254438, so the next reaction is not random. The practical effect lands on Avalanche. Beginners and retail buyers face the biggest risk if they treat promotional ROI scenarios as confirmed outcomes. That does not mean every connected market moves the same way. It means the group closest to presale proof has to adjust first, while everyone else reads the spillover. The useful scale marker is 63% APY. That marker keeps the consequence tied to visible data rather than turning it into a broad forecast. Litecoin also matters here, because it shapes the route from presale proof to actual decisions. What remains unresolved is listing performance, liquidity depth, token demand, and whether staking rewards are sustainable are not proven by the presale. The story should not be stretched past that. APEMARS still needs proof at the exact place where the current setup could either strengthen or break. This is where viewers should avoid treating assumptions as facts. The next piece of evidence has to connect directly to listing liquidity, or the open question remains open. The proof has to appear in listing liquidity, not just in repeated claims about APEMARS. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. For Avalanche Litecoin Early, the next signal is the actual listing, real exchange liquidity, unlock behavior, and whether users hold or sell after launch. That signal matters because it turns the story into something measurable. The viewer should remember listing liquidity because that is where the next decision point sits. A clean signal would reduce confusion around presale proof. A failed signal would show that the current headline was not enough to resolve the story. That is why the final read stays tied to 0.000254438, $2 month lock, and listing liquidity.